But there's one question that I always have to ask, because I know for you it's Friday afternoon. It's already getting dark, or has already gotten dark during this call. You probably want to get together with family, so I'm not going to keep you much longer. But I always like to ask: is there one piece of advice or wisdom that you would like the world to know?
One advice that I try to give all my clients, customers, prospects is DNS resolution should be predictable. So as a network team that is responsible for the DNS infrastructure, when a specific client in a specific location sends a query for a specific name, the team has to be able to predict what path the query takes and where the response is coming from and what filters or policies are applied during this process. If you aren't able to do that, I'm not for 100%, of course. We have infrastructures that are quite complicated, but if you are not aware if a client in location A wants to resolve example.com and a client in another location is doing the same, and you don't know where the answer at the end is coming from, then you really have to start an assessment for your DNS infrastructure. This is from my point of view, the minimum criteria. You need to understand your DNS infrastructure enough to make predictions like that. There are some cases where you can't predict stuff like that, especially when it comes to policies and when some compliance capabilities are involved, of course. But if something is resolving host123.company.corp, the team should be able to identify what resolver is used. Is this resolver equipped with some RPZ zones or some other threat intelligence? Where is this query forwarded to, and where is the authoritative DNS server located that provides the answer? Is it a secondary? Is it a primary? Is it talking to a hidden primary, for example? Or is it within the same location? Is it in the same region? Are there some GeoIP things involved so that a client in location A gets a different IP address than a client in location B for exactly the same query? So this is an advice that I try to share with all my clients, and then we try to identify how good they are in that specific case.
That really hits very close to home. But you just said RPZ, and I just want to say thank you. I know the world of internet is US centric, where it's RPZ, right? But the Canadians and the Brits, we like the Z. But no, okay. So now you just gave me another reason for us to reconnect, because we built a sort of informal way of gauging a scorecard on DNS resilience on the inside of infrastructure. So we're not talking about the authoritative or public resolver side, but on the inside of a network. And then I think if we get this right, we might just have to come up with a new slogan. It was never DNS. Because if you get 100% resilience, it was never DNS. That would be kind of cool.
That's right. And when you just recap the recent issues, DNS was doing great. It was just the management on top of DNS that was some kind of buggy.
Yes.
So it's
exactly.
Yeah.
Like there was no DNS protocol patch. There was no ISC bind patch that needed to come out, right? It was the data source. Yeah. But that nuance probably never left, the people that really were truly interested at the actual root cause. But yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Andreas, it's been a real pleasure chatting with you. Thank you for your time today. We'll connect again and look forward to seeing you again as well.
Yeah. Many thanks for taking the time, and I'm looking forward to another episode, even without me. just listening to all the stuff that you collected was great, and I will continue to follow these episodes. And yeah.
Well, you definitely not only met the bar, but you allowed the quality and a sense of comfort. There's a guy on social media that was evaluating a ton of cybersecurity podcasts. He's in the position of a CISO, and he gave this podcast a C-. And I thought, Well, I mean, it was subjective because he basically said it's just not for me, and I understand that. But I look at information like that and say, what can I do better? And I realized at that moment that I personally need to be more relaxed and more connected. And so I am now a little bit more relaxed than I was at that time. Anyway, we'll leave it at that for today. And we're looking forward to connecting with you again real soon. Take care.
Okay, looking forward to that. Hey, thanks. Take care.